One word, therapy. It changed my life. Not all at once, not in some big cinematic way, but what it did was quiet all the noise in my head. And that means everything when you're trying to find your voice as a creative. I've been at this for over a decade. I know what I like and I know what I don't. But voice is how you show up. It's more than talking to a camera. It's tone, it's presence, it's knowing when to hold back and ultimately when to lean in. In a world full of copy and paste creators, therapy, it gave me space. Not to perform, but to figure out, well, what's
trying to get a bag and get some real estate. Watch me level up and watch him feel away. I've been going up so I don't feel the same. Paying no attention what the critics say. We just different, man.
You've been back and forth and back and forth and back for more with me. You just hesitate and play these games and shift the blame to me.
Style. Everyone wants it, but it's not something you pick. It's something that builds. You take one thing from every creator that makes you stop and pay attention. Not to copy, just to see what fits. And over time, those pieces start to feel like you. You won't even notice it happening, but others will. And one day someone says, that video, it felt like you. That's style.
You don't even know what you want. Do you even know what you got? Do you even know that you don't even know what you want?
It's crazy how style in a visual sense can almost identify you as a creator. Across YouTube and film, whatever it is, it's almost like it's a fingerprint. And a question I always hate, maybe hate's a strong word, maybe confused is the right word, is what is your style? Because I don't know if it's honestly something you can explain. You kind of just feel it. Like I know a Casey Neistat video when I see one, and I know that's a cliche example because he is the OG of YouTube. But case in point, when I see his videos, I know they're his videos without even having to see his face. But what it reminds me of is a time I was with the Seahawks and I was in charge of a lot of editors. And when I would assign someone a project and it would come across my review, I would know exactly who edited it simply because I knew their style. That's what I mean when I say style isn't taught, it's built. And it's built through trying things through repetition and ultimately through failure, trying things that don't always work. And slowly, accidentally, you land on things that do work.
Woke up in the morning feeling low again. Dressed up in my garment feeling no shame. Sun is up and making me feel whole again.
Still couldn't tell you what my style is, but if you see a video, I want you to know it's from me. And when someone says that video, it felt like you, then that's the best compliment you can get as a creator because it means your visual identity is starting to be noticed. All right, so now I'm headed to a short film screening of a short film one of my best friends made called Sense of Emergency. I was the editor and the colorist on it, so I've seen it a bunch of times, but gonna go check that out with a larger group of people, so that'll be cool. But that's in Fremont.
Go, we can roll it up when the sun goes down. Take it slow, give it time, it'll pull us under.
Brain fog. Creative brain fog. It's a real thing. A feeling I have carried for years, but only now am I finally noticing it, really feeling it for what it is. Part of the block has to do a lot of times with health, not just your mental, but also your physical. They're connected, so the first thing I have this morning is a run. Let's get after it. Small moments remind me of what really matters, and to me it's spending time with those that I'm close to. When I quit my job, ultimately what I wanted back was time, and a lot of that time to spend with the people that I'm closest to. So this morning, I headed out to Kirkland, and I'm getting coffee with my brother Matthew and my best friend Matisse before they head back to Portland.
It's been a long time and I miss this feeling. It feels like freedom, it feels like healing. Floating off the floor, past the ceiling. The wind in my hair, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel as I'm taking.
The fog, it's real. It's not that the ideas aren't there. They're just muffled and fragmented. They show up in pieces, and the weird part is you don't notice it until you do. Once you name it and once you start to see it more, everything kind of opens up, but in a good way. But the weird thing is the more still life becomes, the louder the fog gets. And the busier I am, the easier it is to ultimately find rhythm. And somehow, despite the fog, despite the chaos, a script came together. And I'm ultimately going to show you how it came together because, get ready, it's a messy process. So when it comes to ideas and this script altogether, it came together at 8 a.m. randomly on a walk. I felt like I had some ideas in my mind that I just couldn't get out, and I felt like I needed to go for a walk just to get a lot of those ideas onto really just like my notes tab on this phone. I went to my main spot that I kind of walk to get ideas out, and that's along Alki, along the water. And from there, I just throw on some music, throw on a playlist, and I just walk. Ideas come out in ways of just words. And for example, this script came together literally with just words on my phone. And like, don't get me wrong, it is not a smooth process at all. If anything, it is one of the messiest processes I have in place. But at least with this, and at least with ideas in your mind, sometimes the messiest processes help you get out kind of the craziest, most in-depth ideas you have. Yeah, that makes sense.
Up and hit the road, searching high and low. Never can tell, you never really know. Running out of breath, need you to pull me up.
Sometimes everything just clicks. Yeah, we're switching gears a bit. The fog doesn't just lift, it organizes. Ideas stop fighting and start supporting each other. The shots, the voiceover, the pacing, they move like a choir in sync. Every piece landing the way it was meant to. Not perfect, but aligned. And I keep coming back to therapy. Not the big breakthroughs, but the small shifts, slowing down and listening, creating space for this voice to show up. Not to perform, but to connect. That's what therapy gave me, the foundation for creative integration, for being whole in my work and in myself. Man, that was poetic. Therapy and filmmaking are very similar, honestly. Like, you go in thinking it's about these big breakthroughs, but it's not. It's the little shifts, the moments where all the scattered thoughts stop pulling in different directions, and for once they actually sit together. Same way a cut just lands right, or pacing suddenly feels natural. Therapy, it does that for my head. It doesn't fix everything, but it gives me that rhythm, that alignment, where I can actually hear myself without all of the noise. I've realized there are a lot of similarities between therapy and filmmaking. Both are about taking something raw and unshaped, whether that's emotions, an experience, or hours of footage, and working through it. It's a process of reflection, uncovering meaning, and slowly shaping chaos into a story that feels true.